Hey guys, how y'all doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day no matter where you are in the world. I'm here in my backyard garden in Galveston, Texas, USA, in my sweatshirt, child, and my wrapper. I'm telling you, it's doing its job because I actually do feel nice and cozy out here. Been thinking about all the movies, documentaries, whatever you want to call it, and discussions on the birth gap. That's when some of the countries that supposedly developing countries are aging out because people are choosing to become mothers at a later age, and they cannot fight Mother Nature even though they tried. The ones with money might have froze their eggs or whatever trying to beat the clock. And it doesn't work for the most part. They said like at 30 years old, if you wait till you're 30 years old to decide to try to have a child, your chances might be like 15% that it'll be successful. So they say at the involuntary motherlessness is what's increasing because the women that's having children is about at the same rate. So some of the countries have lots and lots of old people, and so the schools are closing, the little elementary schools, and even some of the colleges, even in the USA, have closed because they didn't have enough enrollment, and lots of other complications due to increased costs and not enough students. It was actually some things that I didn't even realize. And then what everyone's been calling a quote, developing countries, for the most part, they're holding their own on having children because it's the culture thing, y'all, that people see children as a blessing. It's like, whether you see children as a blessing or not, the only way the world be world, as my grandfather said, is if people make more people. It really has nothing to do with love or picking a quote partner. It's just plain biology. That's it. Plain biology, and allowing nature to take its course once it's started. Seems to be that all of these extra choices we had in the mix made the balance go the opposite direction. That now people have birth control, morning after pills, elective terminations, etc. are just fair out being more acceptable to say I don't want to have children at all. And being okay with, we decided to have a child, even if it's not a boy. And so your quote, bloodline stops with you if you're a male. But anyways, it was just interesting. I know I remember things in different scriptures that's saying the meek shall inherit the earth. And seeing this movie about Sweet Tooth, when in the second part, the people that developed that was like a change in what was natural to human beings, the next level of evolution, That's who was going to be successful in being here once everything started changing. So imagine if that's the way it is, just survival of the fittest. And maybe the people in what's now called the developing countries are meant to be there permanently, because for the most part they don't develop the nuclear anything because they don't have access to it. Even the talk of munitions, because they don't have factories to develop them, nor the knowledge to develop them. So even though they're getting the supplies from the so-called developed countries, if everybody gets old and the factories shut down, guess what? May not be no more wars. If so, they'll be pretty primitive. And I think that the world can recover in numbers if they're not ending each other. They'll be using machetes and bows and arrows again, which is way better than drones and bombs and chemical agents. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I think instead of somebody coming from the sky to save us, maybe it's simply a matter of modernization, becoming a great equalizer. Because of man's greed, they decide not to reproduce themselves. If you don't reproduce yourself, there'll be nobody here to take care of you when you're old. Not nobody to plant your crops. No doctors to take care of you. No nurses to take care of you. No servants if it's no young people. It'll just all fall apart. Where it's all interconnected, y'all. It's not just about the wealthy. It's about everybody. Everybody plays their part in this world. Like they say, the whole world is a stage and everybody plays a part. So if some people don't show up, like newborns, there'll be no adults for tomorrow to make things work. Nobody to put money into the system for Social Security. Nobody to make the medications that you need to take. It'll take a few generations. But those that choose not to reproduce, nobody is doing anything to them but them. Say the only person you have to blame for your non-existence is you. I did my part, y'all. I had my 3 sons, that out of 2, I have grandchildren. And from my grandchildren, I have great-grandchildren. So the future is up to them now, y'all. How about you? What did you do or not do? No judgments. It's just all about choice. And my 2 cents on the birth gap. Let me know what you think in the comments. I just think it's all interesting, all this new stuff that I've been seeing about people now being concerned about birth rate declines and all of that. And making series of movies, like The Handmaid's Tale or whatever. As they say, Alex Haley, it's a brand new world, brave new world that's happening now. The dog next door is saying her 2 cents. I can't interpret it, y'all. So anyway, until next time, subscribe if you have not. Peace, peace. Power to the people. I'm out, y'all. Bye.